Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Foul Original. Now, I tried to I tried to do some stuff to. Oh, where's my stuff about it? Tried to do some stuff so that I could schedule this in advance using my phone. I spent about like 10 minutes doing it. Got the thumbnail out of it though, so that's not too bad. But unfortunately, it didn't really do what I wanted. So I'm guessing there's a whole bunch of people still waiting on there. So this is a quick test before we go live. And what I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do is get rid of the other events because the events don't mean nothing. I think if I was doing this with actual OBS setup, probably would work, but unfortunately it doesn't. So we've got one that's live, which is going to be me, I'm guessing. So we can get rid of that. Now, even if there are people waiting, unfortunately, we have to tell them, unfortunately, this has ended. How do I just delete? Let's get rid of that. And oh, there's one person here. Don't know who it is. Say hello in the chat. I'm just setting up for now. So let's just get rid of this. How do I delete? How do I just delete it? Oh, it must be in events over here. I'll leave. Go to events, and oh, we've got one live now. Are you going to stream the interview, Caleb? Well, basically, it will be on in the background. So we're gonna chat about it, just general stuff. But I thought it's like, oh, we've got people turning up now. I thought that I'd say hello now. To get this a little bit more set up. So I thought I'd say hello now because at least then we can kind of discuss it as it happens. And later on tonight, I'm going to be doing a live Royal Rumble one as well. So this is the real fight, and then we're going to be talking about the Rumble. So over here in the UK, it's starting in like 10 minutes. Now, first things first, over here, he's not really, like people are like, oh, Piers Morgan isn't very, he's not very liked here either. This is what's on ITV right now. It is Vera. A show called Vera. It's what it is. I have no idea what this stuff is, but it's Vera. So before the show actually starts, I thought we could just generally chat. Now, first of all, this room is the hottest room in the world. So I got a little bit of water. We are going to have ad breaks, I'm guessing. So there's 3 people here. Now, whoever's here, just say hello. You're more than welcome to subscribe. I'm just going to move over here one sec. What? Because damn, it is hot. Now, I am a... I haven't really been on the YouTube for ages. Actually, let's set up. So, as I'm doing this, we're going to set up things for tonight. One of these things for tonight is going to be... Yes, okay, I figured it out. So we're going to do some engineering tonight. Now, unfortunately, I'm back. Unfortunately, I have no idea where my selfie stick and stuff is. So we're going to be doing this a little bit more old school. And we're going to be doing some engineering. Engineering, of course. So I've had a little idea before. So I'm going to do this. So we're going to... I got this. Yeah. This is the engineering for tonight. This is how MacGyver we are. So I've built... I'm hoping that it sits flush in here. And then whack this like in here. And then presto changeo ipso facto. Whoop. A makeshift, homemade one of these things. Now I just need to figure out a way to do this. This is the bit that I was trying to figure out more. As you can see, like I'm in the living room and there's stuff here. Don't let the random clothes behind me distract you from the fact that POTUS is about. Now, I need something bigger. I need something thicker, as every lady has said in her lifetime. Now, I'm just gonna come in here. Like, as I said, just while we're setting up, I'm setting up. So while we're setting up, ooh, it's charging. Now, I didn't know if this was charging or not. My little Kindle file, but it is charging. So that's a good step in the right direction to start with. Now, if I take like some of these. Got some random DVDs here. I said we're building this. We're building it. If I put this over 2 DVDs, maybe I can. So we're going to be watching it in, like, for those of you in the UK. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be streaming it because are you going to stream the interview? Are you going to stream the interview? As I said, not going to be streaming the interview as such. But what we're going to have is everything else. So I'm going to generally, I don't know like how much of it I can have in the background without becoming an issue. So I definitely can't show the video. I know that for sure. Because YouTube had to shit on that. Damn it. Damn it. We're trying not to swear in these live streams because for some reason they're just all getting demonetized. So I didn't mean to swear there, Google. I apologize, Google. Apologize so hard for you. But yeah, so I'll probably put it like this. What about that? What about that? What a video. There we go. That is some bloody engineering, that is. So I can get comfy. I can watch the show without having to keep... And I can see you guys' messages in the chat. Now, I guess that tonight, as it's been a little bit... it's moving around. So, as I said, I'm not going to be streaming the... Oh, no. We almost done it. Almost done it. I have to give you a little bit of a back. For those of you that are just joining this, it's like you don't see my boobs, but let's get it back a bit. And then I think you're gonna have to see me like that. Are you gonna live stream it or yapping like you're currently doing? As you can see my boobs now. Who's that? Etienne Diecast. We are just gonna be yapping. So it's starting over here in the UK in like 5 minutes or so. So oh no. Well, I did have my whole setup originally, but unfortunately had the day off. Didn't even know this thing was happening until someone told me, and then I was like, oh snap, I don't watch that. So unfortunately not. What if I put it like this wise? So yeah, for those of you that are joining and like, I can't wait for him to start streaming the show. Well, I'm not streaming the show. All right, because I'm not insane. Put it here. This might do. Might this do? Might this do? I had it set up on my laptop earlier on, but I thought that's a bit of a weird thing. You know what? Screw it. Let's put it on the laptop because that kind of works. It's not looking good for later on when we do the Rumble, but I thought I knew where that was. So now, for those of you that don't know who I am, why don't you know who I am? Don't you know who I am? God damn it. So just waiting for the show to start. Now, as a few people have asked, and I have answered several times, no, I'm not going to be actually streaming it. Unfortunately, we can't be doing these things. Can't do these things. So for those of you that are not in the UK, then like, but we'll be talking about it as it happens. So I'm going to be watching it and stuff. I feel like it does fit into the rest of the... For those of you that don't know, obviously, YouTube is demonetizing small content creators. As a small content creator myself, also, how's the audio? Nobody really asked that. How's the audio? What's the audio like? Is it good? You like it? Does it make you happy? Oh, I can actually look down the chat. That's interesting. There's a few things on here that I don't know that I could do, so I'm gonna just keep the chat on. Close that, or does that? Oh no, I don't want to stop streaming. Can I just? Oh no, I don't want to stop streaming. How do I? Can I just hide them? Oh, chat hidden. Now I want the chat back. Oh, I'm with my face over here. But yeah, like, so as everyone's asking, are you gonna live stream it or yapping? We're gonna be yapping. But feel free to yap in the chat. So if you're in the UK, you can watch this. It is going to be on ITV1. There's two ITV, actually, three ITVs channels. This is going to be on the first one. So there's more than three. There's thousands. But this is the first one. I'm just waiting for this this show to end over here. Vera. Now, I'm guessing, and it happened for us when it happened for the Americans. So I'm guessing that you guys are going to get to see this interview anyway, if there are any Americans watching. I'm sure it's going to be on, like, it's Piers Morgan. Doesn't Piers Morgan have some kind of connection with CNN or something? So I'm sure that you'll be seeing lots of stuff from him. And as I said, if anyone's in the chat and they want to chat about it, number one, I want to know, obviously, if there's any Trump fans out there. I mean, I don't have any issue with Trump fans whatsoever. I'm not the biggest Trump fan in the world, but that's not because of anything in particulars. That's not like because he did something to brown people and don't like it. I like him as a personality, as an entertainer. He's in my opinion, he's a bit more of a throne warmer. Does that sound right? That sounded a little bit unfair, but I mean, he's the kind of guy that keeps everything going. Oh, hello, Hansa. Thank you for the like, by the way. Now, I've done this a little bit ghetto. Number one, Hansa, what's the audio like? Is the audio good? This is through the Ustream. This is through the YouTube live stream application on mobile. I tried to change, get an event sorted out and do all that stuff in advance. But it seems as if I want to do that, I can't use this app. And here we go. So we're waiting. There's no buffering at all, is there? Now, it is, isn't it? It's fantastic. Now, can I do anything with you? Now, I wanted to know if I could go to the live stream that's in progress right now and do anything with it, because that's something that I don't know right now. Oh yeah, I can. Oh, okay. So I said, nah, we're with Sky, man. With Sky. Okay, so I've got to go in here, go in here, and do this. Oh, okay. Maybe this will work. I'll just have to. Just have to be on the ball. Save. And oh, so we've got our. Just bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm just sending all of you bits and bobs. I mean, you can hear TV on in the background. As I say, if you want to throw stuff in the chat, I can see it in the chat. So, and for those of you that are gonna inevitably ask, "Who am I? Oh, you Muslim?" That's none of your bloody concern. We're watching Donald Trump. I thought that was starting a little bit quicker than I'd assumed. And we're gonna chat about it. So I want you guys to throw yourselves into the chat. Are you going to tune in? Everyone's asking this question. Hydro Gencar, hello. You're going to have it on in the background, and I'm not going to have it too loud. Have you ever gotten away? Caleb. Okay, number one, Caleb, I feel like you and me are going to have a great time during this interview. Great time. Have I ever gotten away with rape because of my cultural differences? They call me every time. Thanks, man. Well, you know what? Yeah, I think we're going to get on just fine. Rochdale Grooming Gang, man. Hamza. Now, I'll take a shit and listen to this rubbish. Is that Etienne Diecast? But you can listen to me while you're taking that poop. While you were doing it, you can listen to me there. We're just waiting for it to start. I'm just... on the channel about it. So Hojo and Jennifer, basically the channel, this particular channel, so we'll give you a quick brief. This particular channel had a lot of like, thank you, This particular channel had a the 7 Minutes in Hell shows. Ooh, we're starting. King Utani, all that money, the money should be making all that money the weekend. Thank you. Watch the interview. Awesome. And for those of you that are watching the interview in the UK, it's starting now. So what I'm going to do is kind of... Here you go. Starting. So I'm just going to drop it down a little bit because I don't know how much of the interview I can actually have in the background without Google going... So if you want to watch it on your computer, it's not gonna. I don't think you'll be watching on your phone. I'm guessing if you go to the ITV website, you'll be able to watch the stream. But it's just guff now. It's just like it's just Piers Morgan, you know, cradling him. Here he is. I was on the Celebrity Apprentice. Oh, I'm so much better than all. I won his first ever Celebrity Apprentice. Shut up, Piers. And here he is. He's done it. I know, innit? This is what I'm saying, Etienne, yeah? Now, Piers Morgan is already like, I told them they could watch their backs. They didn't listen to me. I'm Piers Morgan. Ooh. Oh. He's so happy about this. Like, he's so bloody happy. It's like, it's going to be a tough... Thank you for the like, by the way. Don't feel that. Ooh. He's already dropped the M-bomb. He said Muslims. Muslims, you hate them. So wait a second. Is this all an ambush interview? Like, it looks pretty ambushy, to be honest. But I don't think Trump would have let it go past it. Wouldn't he let it get to this point if it was that crazy? So, from what I understand, this looks like it's going to be very similar to the Michael Jackson interview. Yeah, let's waste a bunch of time on other things that are totally unrelated to the interview. Just a history lesson, yeah. Just a history lesson. Thank you very much, hi Jen and Shakar. Thank you very much, dude/dudette. I need it at the moment to get the YouTube channel moving. This one and the other one, Foul Original Wrestling. But thank you. Special relationship. I really don't like a massive Trump flag in my bedroom. Good for you. A sit. He's so happy. Like, he's so, like, pleased with himself. So damn pleased with himself. Trump, not Trump. Piers Morgan. Piers Morgan looks like the twat who got the cream. That's what he looks like. He's so happy. And the camera's in the camera. I know, innit? Poor Susanna Reid. And Theresa May. Look at that. While Theresa May appears. Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Mr. President. Sorry, Caleb. As I said, it's something on in the background, yeah. But I don't... We've not technically started the interview yet. I can't really do too much just yet. Like, as I said, the interview hasn't started yet. Basically, what's going on is just... It's literally just Piers Morgan just, you know, a little bit before anything actually happens. He's just... Oh. Ooh. He's got a good legal aid there, yes.
Let's go. Come on, Chris. You good? Everyone good? Weeks of preparation.
Okay, and he called him Pierce again. Thanks, Pierce. Thanks, Pierce. Hello, Royal Zach. Trump is God. We will be having a discussion after this ends at 11:30. Sorry, 11 o'clock. Between 11 and 11:30, we're going to have a discussion about it. All that you guys want to talk about Trump, please, yeah. For those of you that are massive Trump fans, I want you to tell me why. I really do, because I'm a Trump fan of the entertainment genre, but not of the in charge of the free world genre. So please explain to me why you trust him with your country. That's all I want to know. That's all I want to know. Like, it's not my president. I'm British, mate. Donald Trump turned 1 million into $4 billion and then became the most powerful man in history, being the United President in the current day. But apparently, he's a. You can. Okay, this is my thing, yeah. It's quite easy to fall upwards when you're already pretty rich. Yeah. Like, that's what's happened is. Thanks, Tom Ruckus. Hello. He's fallen upwards. You know, like in Toy Story. I remember this celebrity apprentice now. Remember in Toy Story when Buzz tries to fly, he thinks he can fly, and he falls and he flips around and he hits the ball and he goes around and then everyone's like, "Oh my god, he can fly!" And it's only Woody that says, "No, that's just falling with style. He just fell. He just happened to bounce off all the things he needed to get to the next bit." And this is not a personal attack on Donald Trump. I really like Donald Trump, yeah, as a person, as I've said before. I think he's a funny guy, yeah, like he's always made me laugh. He does do what's best for business, yeah, like Trump's political ineptitude doesn't discourage me. I just want to see the political establishment shaken up by a complete madman like Trump. This is what I'm saying, Royal Zach, yeah. This is my deal. Like, some men, as the sitting here quoting, some men just like to watch the world burn. And for that, I can respect. For that, I can pure respect. But do you really want to be? Do you want to be in the house when it's set on fire? Like, do you want to be outside the house laughing, or do you want to be inside the house as it burns down around you? Because I'd rather be on the outside of the house laughing, which is what we can do in the UK over here. Like, we've not got too many things to laugh about ourselves, Brexit, etc. But we definitely can sit across the ocean and just go, what? There we go. He's going on a bit. Thanks, Royal Zach. Thanks. As I said, yeah, thought you might be. As long as we laugh from the fair distance, then exactly. Brothers in arms, hairy arms. He's so happy. Yeah, so happy. Beginning to make America great. So he's asking him. He's asking him. And he smiled.
Well, I think I shake things up. It had to be shaken up. The country had to be shaken up. We're doing incredibly on an economic basis, financial. Stock market just hit another new high. We've had 84 since the election, 84 new market highs. Think of it. I mean, it's incredible.
Mainly Bitcoin related.
That in itself is a record. During the course of a little more than a year, we've had, think of it, 84 stock market records. It's going to go higher. Regulation. Nobody's done anywhere near like I've done. I mean, that's also a record, a world record for presidents. But what happened? We passed a tax bill. Not easy to get. Many people have tried to do it. They weren't able to do it. And this
okay, I'm just gonna, because you know it's just the same old, isn't it? Like, I thought this was actually going to be a real interview, but it's not, is it? It's Piers Morgan interviewing his mate Donald Trump, and it's just terrible, man. And think of this. From this one thing, Piers Morgan is going to make himself like kind of infamous again. What I've noticed with British people that seem to be engaging with Trump on a regular basis is that there's a certain type of person who seems to be allied with Trump. And I don't mean someone who will, like myself and Zach, sit from afar and laugh. I'm talking about people who, British and Europeans, who seem to ally themselves with Trump. And they tend to be, I don't want to say right-wing or fascist or anything, but I mean, you've got Piers Morgan, close personal friend, Donald Trump. No one here likes him. Nigel Farage, close personal friend of Donald Trump. No one here likes him. Like, I mean, I'm just waiting, and if he was still alive, God rest his soul in hell, Jimmy Savile would probably be a close personal friend of Donald Trump. Rolf Harris. Now, I'm not saying because they're sexual predators, allegedly, that they would be his friend. It's just they're people that are hated by the British public, so they would automatically become his best friend. I mean, I am very surprised that Theresa May isn't very good friends with Donald Trump. Just seems like that is just a special relationship stuff going on. Now,
so many of my supporters, I think a lot of other people use that. I don't call it freedom, I call it social media. I'm a big social media man, by the way. It's, you can quit with it.
Donald.
If I like the kind of unfettered access to the president's mind in real time. If I wasn't able to do what I call it a modern day form of communication, okay? If I wasn't able to do that, because I get a lot of fake news, I get a lot of news that's very false,
should have played a drinking game with this, yeah, and just been anytime he says fake news, drink a bottle of, I don't know, turpentine. He said it once, he mentioned it once, I think he'll mention it again. What he's saying is that the reason, thank you for the other, like, I'm guessing what he's saying is the reason why he likes. They're just jerking. It's interesting. This is very interesting, actually. Oh, he didn't like that. He did not like that. It's great, isn't it? It's great, isn't it? Like, this is through the YouTube app. It's much better. Trump's biggest appeal is his position on immigration, given countries in Europe, particularly Britain, are suffering from weak borders. You'd see why a fair number of it. Exactly where I was at. Exactly. Oh, here we go. The Twitter is #TrumpMorgan. #TrumpMorgan. Oh, back to go to a commercial break.
You wouldn't say that. The massive opposition to him getting a state visit to Britain. But I think I'm very popular in the country. Let's not be too hasty.
Hey, yeah.
The racist group Britain First. This caused really huge anxiety and anger in my country, which I thought were outrageous and indefensible. Well, this is airing in Britain. I want them to get to the real.
Here we go. Coming up to an ad break. So what you will notice tonight is that usually on British TV, we don't really, we have a certain number of ad breaks that you're allowed. We're in ad break at the moment. Certain number of ad breaks that you are allowed within the programme, yeah. Now, something like ITV, they're allowed to do is they put lots of ads, message retracted. Do you think he will bring up Kim Jong-un? I'd like him to bring up Korea, yeah. I'd like him to bring up China. I'd like him, and I don't, this is one of those, I don't feel like he's going to bring up Russia. What it seems like, and this is a trait of Piers Morgan, of himself, we're just in the ad breaks at the moment, if anyone's joined. I'd probably cut on ITV. And the thing is, I think that there's a, the problem with, oh sorry, I just lost my train of thought totally with just changing this event. Now, Piers Morgan tends to do a very specific kind of interview. His kind of interview is that he will kind of be really nice to the person, and it's something that like in interviews tend to happen. He'll be really nice to the person, and then this stream keeps getting dislikes. Really? I don't even see the dislikes. All I see is the likes. Like, I know, yeah, that I'm going to get loads of We're back for the ad break. I don't want to get loads of dislikes, so I'm not showing the stream. And ironically, I'm a brown man doing a live reaction about Donald Trump. That's fine with me, baby. That's fine with me. The irony is not lost on me whatsoever. Whatsoever. Because there's going to be a bunch of people going, I can't see the stream, but they're taking over the YouTubes. Like that is straight. That is like they've snuck over our borders onto YouTube, and they're using Donald Trump's face to sell themselves. So highlight so far. Donald Trump has said that it is not tweeting; it is social media. And he also says that's the way that he communicates. It's modern communication. It's not tweeting. And then he patted himself on the back.
What message could you give these women who are marching? You're for them and not the problem. Well, I am for them, and I think a lot of them understand that. I warn you,
There's been a few things that Trumpy baby has said today, and I don't really know if he realizes what he said. What is this? Yeah, like, so Donald Trump, yeah, this is like the friendliest interview, like, that Piers Morgan has done. Do you mean the lowest unemployment number? Women have the best unemployment number in years. Like, they did say at the beginning of the interview as well, Piers Morgan said that they've been spending weeks and weeks working on the questions. I don't know, like, what this is supposed to be. I mean, I don't really understand if, like, they said he said something at the beginning. I might have missed it. But he said something like, "We spent weeks and weeks working on this." Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean, Ben. Like, there's certain things that have happened before each ad break, which is like, you're a sexist. So they come back from the ad break and they're like, you're a sexist. I don't agree with that. I like you, Trump. Like that. Don't believe you have tremendous respect for women, Trump. I mean, I believe you got some respect. You gotta have some respect, don't you? I don't get no respect. Gotta have some respect, but Melania, strong woman. Is he trying to stifle a laugh? Melania doesn't even speak English. I don't allow her to. She might have ideas. No delay. This is what I'm saying, yeah. This YouTube live situation may be the next step for Foul Original. Like, it might be here. It might be here that I start doing stuff again. There's no delay, is there, whatsoever? So I was being facetious. I I know she speaks English. But the only thing is, every time I see Melania, yeah, I think of well, I might have a virus in no time. The one thing that I think is a little bit like, you know, Modern Family? You know, Sofia Vergara's character? I see Sofia Vergara as Melania, so it's like, Piers is the guy who lambasted Alex as a massive transporter. Exactly. Piers is the thing. You reported my stream for copyright, MM Productions. You reported my stream. What? How am I even doing anything copyrighted, boys? Wait a second, yeah. This stream has been reported for copyright because why? because we're discussing it. Interesting. Are you actually stupid? MM Productions. I never know what MM Productions are. Oh, because obviously my face is so different. I know it. Are you actually stupid, MM Productions? Let's see, can I, like, expect to hear from you too? So, oh, you're bloody Muslim. Oh, don't make fun of my... Oh, hello. Oh, don't make fun of my Trump. Expect to hear from YouTube soon. Oh, copyright. What the stupid. Like, I'm not, like, actually doing it. That's the whole point, yeah? Like, as if people, when they first joined, they were like, are you doing the show? Dance for me. Nah, I'm alright, mate. I'm alright, MM Productions. I mean, I'm guessing you're in the UK, because you kept saying pal. Hoping you're in the UK. If you're in the UK, it's just on ITV1 right now, yeah. I'm just watching it there. Free to watch it there, mate. Ooh. Oh, oh, that's Irish. Oh, she's a bit Scottish. A little bit Scottish, she is. Oh, yeah. It's the guy that's next to her that's more interesting. If you're not watching this right now, you should be watching this right now. Yeah. Mary Trump. Looks like Donald Trump. She really does, actually. She's got very similar hair. And the guy next to her, pure 80s that was. So, she does, doesn't she, at it? It's just like... There's a character in Gravity Falls. If anyone watches Gravity Falls, he's like a Liberace style character. She looks like him. She does. Oh damn, her dad looks interesting. I shouldn't call him Daddy, but his dad looks interesting. She had a love for the Queen. I know, innit, Ben? Ben, like, I feel like we've been ripped here. We got totally ripped. Like, this is just like the Michael Jackson documentary. I remember watching the Michael Jackson documentary, the Martin Bashir one. And then there was a documentary. They did that documentary. There was some stuff in there. That was very, like... But then there was a documentary they did afterwards that came on Sky called The Footage You Weren't Meant to See. And it was everything that... Basically, like, Michael Jackson's lawyers were filming as Martin Bashir was filming, just in case they did anything dodgy. And then obviously the allegations happened. So he was filming it, and then it was all the shots from there. Yeah, exactly, Ben knows. And the What You Weren't Meant to Know documentary was so bad. It was so bad. There was like no new footage. Most of the documentary is, you won't believe what you couldn't see. And then the bits are like, oh, Michael, you're great. Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Can we talk about this, please? You've done so well. That's what 90% of that documentary was. I remember thinking, like, you might as well have just put, the documentary you saw before from a different angle with, like, 5% extra footage. Yeah. Well, remember, Martin Bashir, like, he's the only guy there who knew Michael Jackson, really. So basically this documentary is Donald Trump saying, all right, Brits, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. Like, Piers Morgan likes me. He's a good guy. So this is interesting. These retweets by Trump in November show video posted by the far-right group Britain First. They depicted unverified and inflammatory footage. This caused okay, so now they're talking about the retweet situation. What did you know about them when you did that? Well, I know nothing about them, and I know nothing about them today other than I read a little bit. And I guess, again, I'm in the United States, so I don't really... All right, when we get to the ad break, we're going to discuss this point. Perhaps it was a big story in the UK, but in the United States, it wasn't a big story. I did a retweet. because, like, he's such an idiot. Thank you, Ben. He's such a damn idiot. What? Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what are you even saying? So,
anybody's going to meet. And certainly I wasn't endorsing anybody. I knew nothing about them.
So I don't really think, you know what, yeah. I'm seeing something different from this whole Donald Trump situation now. Maybe something that, oh, I hope. He deflected around that like a, oh my god. He just zipped around that question. Piers Morgan's trying to go for it. So should yours be? Really?
It was done because I am a big believer in fighting radical Islamic terror. This was a depiction of radical Islamic. And they were unverified videos. At least one of them is not what it's saying. But this was, I didn't do it. I didn't go out. I did a YouTube.
What? Okay, so Donald Trump is basically saying right now, yeah, essentially, ignorance is okay. And this documentary is 95% recycled footage, because you can just tell. But for those of you that want to say something in the chat, yeah, and are watching this at the moment on ITV1. See, Royal Zach, yeah. When we get to the ad break, we will talk about this, because I'm actually watching this show. I'm really invested in this show. So, Piers. You've got your blood, haven't you? So now he's talking about stupidness. That was something that I was really interested in, the Britain First tweet. So basically what Donald Trump is saying is he didn't know who they were. He didn't know they were a bunch of racists. He didn't know that. Because of that, he retweeted it 3 times. Apparently, he read a little bit, and he liked what it said, and he retweeted.
I think that Britain will separate from the EU. I think maybe it's time, especially in light of what's happened with the craziness that's going on with immigration, with people pouring.
Immigration? What's immigration? Immigration, otherwise known as getting yourself a wife, the Donald Trump way. Well, this is what I'm saying, Royal Zach, yeah. Okay, but this is the difference, yeah. This is the difference, and you know this as well as I do. I can do that. You can do that. Arm Spartan, you could do that. But none of us have any kind of real power in the world here. If I was in charge of IKEA, the guy from IKEA died today, the founder. If I was the guy from IKEA, and for some reason I see this really good like woodworking thing on Twitter, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, that's amazing. I like the way that everything slots together. It's flat packed. It's great. Then I find out that it's if you put it all together, it makes like a concentration camp. Yeah. Because I retweeted it, yeah, or I built it, or I censored it, or whatever. It's my bad, yeah. What I've just done now is I've created like an actual maelstrom of insanity. But it's just IKEA, yeah. Like, it's just IKEA, isn't it? Who cares? Isn't it? But if I was the head of the free world and did that, then and people start looking into what I'm looking at, ignorance is no longer an excuse, because you got to take at least do a little. What he said is he did a little reading. Yeah, do a little more reading. Don't just go. You know what? Yeah, I like the idea of that. Retweet. I like the idea of that. Retweet. I like the idea of retweet. No, you need to give it a little bit more than just that. He needs to. I understand that a retweet is not an endorsement of someone, but that's the problem. Not a lot of people know that. Yeah, like the thing is though that Trump, in my opinion, is very black and white, isn't he? And I don't mean that as a racist thing. Uh-huh. I don't know why I did that. Telling me he wasn't a feminist was a big admission for a man whose election had brought millions of women to the streets to protest. How very interesting. And I knew what big news that apology for retweeting Britain first would be in the UK. This isn't, after all, a president who apologizes very often. Now it's time to press what? Oh my god! Jerking himself. Jerking himself hard. So after the break, we're going to talk about Meghan Markle and a stable genius. All right, so quickly, the Britain First tweets. Yo, if you don't know who they are, that's fine, yeah. Like, I totally understand. But if you're going to retweet them 3 times, and if you're just going to basically say that, well, they're right because I read it on the internet, the problem with a lot of what he says is it cuts both ways. So, fake news, I get all my news from the internet, but there's fake news on the internet, but I get all my news from the internet. There's fake news on the internet, but I get all my news from the internet. So, does that mean that all the news that you get, Donald Trump, is fake news? And that you have some kind of special, like, ability to see that? We've only got a really short break, so yeah, go for it. You can ask my opinion. And I will not retweet the Britain's First tweet. I did a very edgy tweet during something, and if you look for my Twitter, you will find it. I'm not gonna. It was edgy as hell, and it was too edgy. I've left it up there as more of a you idiot. If you go for my Twitter timeline, you will find it. I'm not gonna say what it is, but it is in there. But that was stupid. That was drunkenness. Now that was my Donald Trump moment. That was my, like, oh, we're back already? Jeez. That was my Donald Trump. Doing quizzes on YouTube like on Periscope with OBS. Yeah, the only thing you might have a problem with then is going to be, like, music stuff. Like, I think it's a good idea, man. Like, I'm really down with this. This is yeah. Like, it's a little bit fiddly on the phone, and it's a shame that I can't have just. Well, this is the thing, Royal Zach. That's the but that is the thing. Yeah, obviously the Iraq thing. They all knew it was fake. They all knew it was fake. You know, that's all those papers that got us into Iraq. They knew in advance that the evidence had been fabricated, and they still ran with it. And I mean, so that begs the question even. Donald Trump thought it was fine, so he ran with it, but it's not him, and because his word carries the word of the American people, and that's something that he needs to be. When he's out of office, yeah, if he gets into a second term and he lasts the whole 8 years, which I feel like he probably will, who can go up against him? I mean, in 2020, we're just going to see a whole bunch of celebrities try to be president, and I feel like Donald Trump will be the only one who could say, yeah, I'm a celebrity, but I did it for 4 years. I think he's gonna but when Donald Trump, I've totally lost my train of thought now. When your voice carries that much weight, you got to be careful what you say every now and then. Like, I mean, just practically, logistically, he should have a phone, like, just like a phone for play, so that would be Donald Trump, and a phone for president, and that would be the president phone. That would be the phone that he's like just went to Barbados and met some people, great. And the other one would be a picture of his wife's boobs, potentially. But you know what I mean? Yeah, like there is a separation there. You'd have to pick up the other phone and do stuff. I've heard that Kanye is a Trump supporter. Um, I don't not believe it because ooh, see what he has to say about Alex Jones.
My relentless criticism of their gun laws and the constitutional right to bear arms known as the Second Amendment. I'm in favour of a nationwide ban on military-style semi-automatic assault weapons and
patting himself on the back.
50,000 people in the US are killed by gun violence.
So to show to the British people how crazy the Americans are for trying to stop gun laws. Trying to keep their gun laws and keep their guns. He shows Alex Jones having a crazy attack. Like Piers Morgan, for example, for those of you that don't know, for those of you that are not from the UK, Piers Morgan was there when they faked a bunch of pictures of the Daily Mirror. And this isn't like speculation or whatever. This is that he was in charge as editor-in-chief of the newspaper, and he produced images that he knew were faked to move the agenda along that the war needed to continue. He's already created fake news. Don't you think it's interesting that Donald Trump still allies himself with him? Don't you think it's interesting that Piers Morgan knows how to emotionally manipulate people into a particular way of thinking, especially through this interview? Self-congratulatory interview. But no one ever questions that. Like, how can you continue on? He is, isn't he? He's a shifty guy, isn't he? Like, you just look at Piers Morgan, and all the time it just looks like he's really quick at thinking. Like,
okay, but let me give you the other side of this. I come from a country with very few guns, right? We have 32 gun deaths a year. America every day. We have a lot of terrorists, right?
what did it? All right. So Piers Morgan. This whole interview is going to be like meme central, but beautiful line there. Piers Morgan. I come from a country, not many guns. Yeah, we have 32 gun deaths a year. Donald Trump straight away. But you got a lot of terrorism, right? Because the two are obviously connected. The two are obviously... They're connected. If you had the guns, you could stop the terrorists. Yeah? No, the terrorists would then have the guns, because normal, everyday people wouldn't pull out a gun. Yeah, Royal Zach, yeah. I think that Piers Morgan, especially when he did The Apprentice, when he did The Celebrity Apprentice, was his defining moment. That was his breaking America. Electronics people are recording this separately. They're going to release. Exactly. What you didn't know, you could see. No, because this is the thing. Yeah. This has already been seen by the Trump camp. This would not have gone anywhere if they didn't like something in there. Terrorists will get guns anyway if it's illegal, so why not allow the citizenry to have guns as well? Yes, yes. They do need, like...
First of all, it was a terrible deal for the United States. If they made a good deal, like if they made a good deal with TPP, having to do with trade.
So they're talking about trade and stuff. Okay. I'm guessing, yeah. End of the show. Before this all wraps up, and a light-hearted note. They're probably gonna make mention of his wrestling stuff. But yeah, you're right. Trying to buddy up with powerful men, become one of the 1%. Trump does love his McDonald's, doesn't he? I will be, Ben. Like, I will be, like, now that this is working all right. As I said, like, as long as it's on the telebox.
Somebody said go back into the Paris Accord, if we could go back into the Paris Accord, but it would have to be a completely different deal.
See, but yeah, the whole 1%er thing, that, like, I don't think it's worth it. Like, I don't think that. For the one, he's never gonna make it there. Piers Morgan is the jester, so. TV shows currently airing, not things like YouTube videos. Yeah, like, I'm thinking of TV shows currently airing, not things like YouTube videos. But he has point on most. He's point on most of his controversies. He holds back. They're not confrontations. This is. I do like the fact that he exists and that he will give it a bit, but it's never about the interview as such. It's about bolstering. Jewmaster, yeah, Ben Shapiro. He could argue his way into heaven. Yeah, like he really could, couldn't he? He'd argue himself into the chair. Like dislike ratio. I'm guessing the dislikes are all the way in the floor. I haven't seen it. Well, thing is, yeah, it's never settling for a KFC bucket. It's never settling. Yeah, he's not settling. If you've got the bucket, you would settle for a Zinger Tower burger. You would settle for like a little one-piece chicken meal. You never settle when you get yourself a KFC big bucket. KFC, send me some free things, please. I like your food. It's all right. There's no KFC near me. They're all really far away. KFC, sort that out. He's never had a drink, never smoked, never done drugs. I don't understand. I know, innit? He grew up in the 80s. Like he was a real estate magnate in the 80s. This is the difference, yeah, between him and Obama. Ooh. He looks like a drug lord. Doesn't he? He's ripped a big one. Nice. Well, as long as you pooped well, as I've said before. That, yeah, I've heard of, but I don't believe it. Yeah, I don't believe that he has never, ever, ever. As I said, he was a retail magnate in the 80s. No, I think the valuable lesson probably was, Armed Spartan, never to do that into excess. Smoking, I can believe that he doesn't smoke. Yeah, I can believe that. Drinking, I can believe that. Drugs, I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Yeah. He's given him a. I have a friend who owns Manchester United. Good for you, Trumpy boy. Good for you. I don't watch that football stuff, that soccer. My son likes it. It's kids. My friend owns a football team. I don't get involved. You bloody dick. Cheap more of the name that sounds. He is germphobe, isn't he? Here it is. Dick. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, thanks to the interview that he had with Piers Morgan, he changed. If he was a druggie, then wouldn't it have come out in the MSM to smear his name? They'd be all of it. Well, the thing is, yeah, I don't mean he's a druggie. Yeah, I think that's the problem. Is that it's painted as I don't smoke, I don't drink, I don't do drugs. Yeah, he's not bloody CM Punk. Oh, it's over. It's done with. It's ended. Oh, okay. So I thought it was ending at 11 o'clock. I didn't realise it was 45 minutes. Just 45 minutes. Wait, so what's on next? So that's the end of the interview? That was it? Like, oh, it's the news? David Brin. Bram Swinnerton. Thank you very much. Now, I guess this is the part of the show where we are going to have a discussion about. And tomorrow, look at Piers Morgan's face. Look at his stupid face. Yeah, they are really weird, aren't they? Do you see the movie The Interview? Yes, I have seen the movie The Interview. Now, okay, let's now that the show is over, which was weird as hell to begin with. Let's have a discussion about this. Let's have a discussion about this. So I just watched TV. So the interview is over. Nothing happened in that interview whatsoever. Nothing. There was one thing that kind of came even close to something where he was forced by Piers Morgan over and over and over and over and over and over again until he said, I apologise for retweeting the Britain First tweets. That was it. But I mean, it wasn't like he just came off the like, you know, those tweets, yeah, I want to apologise to them. It was more like, you know that was wrong. You know that was wrong. You know it was wrong. You know the people would appreciate an apology. You know they would like an apology. Please, Mr. Trump, give them an apology. And then he's like, I didn't know what they... He didn't apologise. He just went, I didn't know what they were. So that's the thing that Piers Morgan is really fighting for. And tomorrow on Good Morning Britain, he is going to be so bloody happy with himself. I did it, everyone! I did it! I did it! Trump is shite talking not on level the other Andy Burnham. Oh, I was like Andy Burnham. That's so yes. Now, as I said, yeah, I'd like people that are Trump supporters as well to please comment, please, because I want to hear. But I personally don't really know. Now the news is it's just the news, but I don't understand. Thank you, Ben. As I said, it's I was born in YouTube. Everyone else merely adopted it. It's a lot. But I was born in Periscope. Now, I don't understand what that whole thing was about now. I don't know why I just spent the last 45 minutes. It's better. Like, it has changed a few things. But, so tell me, for those of you that just saw the interview, who won that interview? Did we win that interview? Or did Piers Morgan win that interview? Exactly. You did that. I think personally that it was a shame that it was a crying shame that interview had to happen because I don't really understand what we gained from that. We didn't gain anything from that. Like, and that's what you're supposed to get from an interview like that from an investigative journalist. You love Indian food, Etienne Diecast. Well, awesome. Now, there are more people joining in, but as I said, now, it's more of a Q&A, so I am happy to just... I thought my favourite part about that interview, favourite part of the interview was exactly Piers gained. My favourite part was when, at the end of that interview, when it's like, and after we had our interview, I saw him go on stage the next day, and I could see that he'd mellowed out a bit. He got a bit better. And without saying it, because of Piers Morgan's help. Was it Piers Morgan? Do I live with anyone like before? Yes, I have housemates. Luckily, one of them ain't back yet. One of them's asleep. Another one is going to work in about an hour or so. And I told him, I was like, I might be a bit loud tonight. Apologies, but because of the size of this place, like I'm not directly underneath him. I'm sweating balls off. But other than that, I'm not directly underneath him. Also, I could if I, and that's what I've done most of the day, is just sit in this room without being disturbed, which is great. It's great. And also, the greatest gift of all was he made some really nice pulled pork, really nice pulled pork, delicious pulled pork, like stew. And I just had that for dinner and got down. But yeah, so discussions wise. So Donald Trump in this interview basically said that he apologizes to some people, apologizes to anyone that he offended by the Britain First stuff. He also apologized to, how do people discover live streams on the YouTubes? I believe you can follow live. It's like a hashtag live. You can also, like, I get them pop up all the time because I've watched a few live streams, and they just pop up. I see them in my recommended sometimes. I am so you guys can understand where I tend to watch a lot of my YouTube these days. It's on the telebox. It's on the TV. So I've got a smart TV, and a lot of the recommendations, a lot of the stuff that I am watching, unless I search for it specifically or send it from my phone, is normally through the telebox TV. My quizzes. Well, this is, you know what? This is the thing. I'm armed. It is armed, isn't it? I don't want to call you Ahmed. Sorry, dude. Armed. Yeah, I think quizzes would be pretty cool. But I just thought, like, I know that I was trying to watch. What was I trying to watch the other night? Oh, it was probably like one of the wrestling events. Like, I have the network. Like, I have the WWE network, and I think I was trying to search for something. It was like a very particular event, and I just couldn't be asked to sign in. So I was like, well, YouTube is showing it, right? So I tried to put it on. I think it was like, I can't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was, but it's definitely wrestling related. And I put it on, and then when I did, this is lame. You're lame. You're lame, Etienne. Funniest thing was, I was actually reading about this. So they're talking about like bad like, because I used to do these shows on Periscope all the time, so that's why I'm kind of just like, and this is bleeding into Periscope territory, so you might have to end this in a second. I don't know if you can set moderators, but yeah, but like Ben Etienne is someone that has been a follower of my Periscope for quite a while now, and coming up to maybe nearly 2 years actually, and I haven't had a chance to read. This is like my first day back to the internet. So yesterday was really, but this is not my first day back. So I thought that I'd just kind of do some tests and stuff. When Trump walked in, the initial handshake with Morgan reminded me of Kim walking to the studio in the movie Interview, just so many ways. Yeah, loose towel, like, it's true. It's true. It is. It really was. Like, it was. He walked in, and it was just like, and now I've got him. What can I say to him? It was, wasn't it? It felt just like the interview, and also because of the way that Trump sits. Because, like, I got boobs. Don't worry about that. But he was. Oh, this is a really weird angle. He does sit weird. Like, we all know that, but he can never, like, because he's always doing that, isn't he? Yeah, he's always doing that stuff, the T-Rex stuff. Like, he can't just sit back, can he? Like, you can't just sit back and relax. He's constantly on edge. He's constantly, like doing this stuff. So, I don't know why he's doing this stuff. Like, I understand that it must not be for any kind of particular reason, because Donald Trump isn't one to make fun of people's physical deformities or anything else about them. But, like, I don't understand how that goes on. Like why does he, like, that was a long interview. I'm guessing that he sat there for a good, like, half an hour ish to get all the bits together of that interview. And it looked like he was uncomfortable for the duration. I wouldn't have done that. I gained 2 subscribers. Well, whew, back up to 90. And yeah, like we will be, for those of you that have just joined, I also do the wrestlings, and there is going to be a wrestling live stream very similar to this happening at later time. Plus one more. Thanks, Loose Tile. Well, we will be doing. So I'm going to be doing some of these live streams on a regular basis now, because this actually was really fun tonight. This was actually really fun. I didn't know how it was going to work, and it looks like it's all right. So yeah, we've got to have. I do use OBS and stuff. So what is? Oh, it's like a comedy. It must be a comedy show. Oh, it definitely is. Oh, 3 thumbs up, 10 thumbs down. Exactly at it. Yeah, like just doing my wrestling reaction wrestling channel. Well, there is going to be a wrestling reaction. Make it 11. I'll take a thumbs up. Take a thumbs up. It's I already knew I was going to get dislikes because what the dislikes do, but it's not like I lied. Yeah, like there's a lot of other channels that make the thumbnail look like it's the show, like live show stream. I pretty much put in there like as quickly as I could. That thumbnail was knocked up in like 5 minutes, quickly as I could on my little Linux laptop. Make so they just said it's a reaction. Chill out, mate. Weird, but yeah, it's just a strange time here on YouTube's. We will be coming back with some more stuff later, but I thought I'd keep it open for a bit. The thumbnail is a joke, isn't it? It's ridiculous, isn't it? It's like a child made it. I made that with a program called The GIMP on my little crappy Chromebook, and I was like quickly trying to make it. Then I was like, how do I move layers? How do I move layers? How do I move layers? Because I wanted to bring the brightness down, so to get the it took way longer than it should have. And then I remember I did it, and I spent ages on making the event and stuff where people were waiting, and then with the event people were waiting, and then I quickly had to do it on my phone again. So I was like, all these events are starting. Because there were like 2-3 people waiting for one of my events. I'm surprised we didn't see Ashes actually. I did say I was going to be here. I did say I was going to do this. But we will be doing a wrestling one later as well. The wrestling one will be on the Fal Original Wrestling channel, and like we're going to be talking about a Rumble. We'll start that one at 11:30. So this is good because I thought that this show would end a bit later. So once we get to about 5 past, I think it's coming up to 11 o'clock now. So before I go, like let's start to wind this all down. So out of, are you keeping the stream on YouTube? Yeah, of course it's staying on YouTube. All the streams will remain. All the streams they're going to remain as VOD content. So for those of you that can't see it, that's why I want to try and keep them like relatively short, because then if you want to watch it later on, you can. And the streams are going to be, as I said, related to the show. So you could theoretically watch them or listen to them and like sync it up with the show. I think what I should have done when I started it was go, oh, the show's starting, and then you could have started it from the clap. But I didn't. We'll be doing that with the Rumble. So it will be wait for the clap, and then snap it on, start the show, it's ready to go. But I really like it here on the YouTube side of this, works a lot better. So I'm going to have a look at the views in a minute and the dislikes. I know that the dislike ratio is going to be high. I knew that before I started because I'm not showing the show, and because I'm not even like putting it in the side. I'm not even got the interview on in the background loud enough for you guys to hear for the whole time. That was done on purpose because obviously, you know, Piers Morgan and Donald Trump are very litigious men. Yeah, Ben, like that was the thing that wanted me to start doing YouTube for like propers, because the first video I made had like 100 views. That was my second video. Yeah. So yeah, I know. Yeah, that 33K one. gets loads of traction from one of the videos of WrestleMania, looking at my analytics and stuff, which is quite cool. And for those of you that don't know, first time seeing me, I do Instagram live streams. We'll be getting a lot of them because it looks like it's a lot more stable. We'll get some more Periscope streams, Twitch streams, gaming not just yet. People just viewing. People just viewing them. They seem to hit the magic source when it comes to like the correct tags, correct description, correct people sharing. I'm guessing in advance. By doing so, they really help, which is cool. It's cool. It's cool. And that's one of the reasons why I was really pushing for the YouTube wrestling channels to keep going, because those kind of videos will continually just keep churning over. They're not tied to the ones that don't do well are the ones that are tied to a specific event, and that's why these kind of like reactions and streams and stuff, I didn't really want to do them as much. Oh my god, that weather lady looks quite nice. I didn't really want to. Actually, I can't figure it out. I think she does. We will that can be done at a later date as a separate Q&A. I don't really want to bog this down too much, but the second we get to the weather here, we're going to end this one so that I can have a little bit of break. Bear in mind, I have just been talking non-stop for an hour and 15 minutes. Need to give it a minute just so that I can kind of reset, get ready for the wrestling side, charge my laptop, charge my phone up a little bit, give it some extra juice, because it is going to be going straight for 4 hours. What's my battery looking like now? Oh, it's like 88%. That's pretty good. And when did you start streaming on Periscope? We might as well answer it then, actually. I wanted questions related to the Trump stuff, but first started streaming on Periscope in August of 2016. Was it August? Yeah, it was August. So August 2016 is when I first started streaming. Is that right? Yeah, that would be right, wouldn't it? Yeah, August 2016. This weatherman's clothes are way too big for him. He looks like he's stolen someone else's clothes. Like he does, doesn't he? If you're watching ITV1 right now, yeah. Actually, I don't know where you are. This looks like the local weather, but it is the local weather. But he looks. If you're watching like the Midlands version of this, he just looks weird. Looks very weird. Weirder than I do. But yeah, so I think that's probably it. I am gonna make some coffee. I'm gonna make love to you. No, I'm gonna go and have a fag. And I'm gonna sit up. I've been sitting like Donald Trump too long, and my back's all like hurting. I love the other day DJ said, DJ stuff was have a Guinness, have a laugh. Exactly, Lisa. Actually, I made a smoothie earlier on. I was gonna make another one, and it was gonna be a gin smoothie. But I thought that it might split, and then it would be disgusting. Yes. Subscribe to Foul Original News for all of your this kind of needs. Subscribe to Foul Original Wrestling for all your wrestling needs, and subscribe to Foul Original News for all your special needs. That's the kind of edgy humor that you're gonna get from me. But we're gonna have some more 7 Minutes in Hell moving forward. I feel like now the 7 Minutes in Hell might as well just be like this. Really, mightn't they? Mightn't they? Probably also with the paper that on it for. Yeah, it's upstairs. It's upstairs. It is. Just hold it up. If I had one of my cards here, I'd hold up the card before we went, but I can't do that. So got 11 people watching. I don't know where all these people are coming. I guess it's a bunch of people that are like, "Ooh, I bet the stream's there now," and then they come and see me. They're like, "Oh, that's definitely not the stream. It can't be the stream." So check me out on Foul Original Wrestling on there. I'm gonna quickly go on Instagram Live now, really briefly, and Periscope, just to big up the wrestling one that's happening later on. So thanks. I'm off as well, Ben, and it was good to see you too. This has been a Foul Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Check out my previous stuff, which is the 7 Minutes in Hell. You can also donate to. If you look on those videos, I've got a Bitcoin address, I've got an Ethereum address, throw that around as well. You can join my Patreon. I know that it says it's wrestling based, but it kind of covers everything. And you can also buy me a coffee at Ko-fi. Subscribe to my Twitter, my Snapchat, but I'll be streaming on Instagram Live, and I'll also be streaming on Twitch. But if you want to listen more, I'm going to be on Instagram Live and here. Anywhere it's easy for me to just grab it. So, this has been a Val Original. Thanks for watching. See you next time. And bye. And it's been great, everyone. I hope that we do this again sometime.